I'm Dr. Perry Kyles. Welcome to Black and Gold. I have some wonderful news for tourists to Egypt. The Colossi of Memnon statues of Amenhotep III are now fully open to the public. Although commonly called the Colossi of Memnon, these statues were built as guardians of Amenhotep III's mortuary temple and were never known by that name in the days of Kemet. The name Memnon comes from Greek travelers who associated the statue at sunrise with the mythic African king Memnon. Egypt's Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities has recently completed major conservation and site management projects. The colossi have always been visible. However, this marks a renewed phase of public access and long-term preservation. The project was carried out under the supervision of Mustafa Waziri, Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities. Waziri has repeatedly emphasized that the primary challenge at the site was not the statues themselves, but groundwater and soil instability. For decades, rising groundwater threatened the foundations of the colossi and the remains of Amenhotep III's vast mortuary temple that once stood behind them. This work included lowering groundwater levels, reinforcing the statue's basis, and redesigning visitor pathways so tourists can approach the monuments without compromising the structural integrity of the monuments. The site is now more accessible and more secure than at any point in recent history. The twin-seated statues of Amenhotep III are carved from single blocks of quartzite sandstone and stood nearly 60 feet. Each statue faces east toward the Nile and the rising sun, a deliberate alignment expressing renewal, balance, and permanence. Figures of Queen T, his wife, and the king's mother, Mutumwaya, remain carved into the sides of the great monoliths. As someone who has spent a great deal of time in Luxor, I believe this work was sorely needed among the monuments of Kemet. Amenhotep III was one of the most successful kings of Kemet, yet his influence is often understated among the monuments that remain in Luxor today and throughout all of Egypt. The impressive statues and the temples he built only possible because of his success as the Nisubiti, which means in Kemetic language, the ruler of the two lands. The quartzite that was used by these genetic statues originated near modern-day Cairo and was transported 600 kilometers up the Nile. Each statue weighs hundreds of tons. Their creation required centralized planning, skilled labor, and advanced engineering. Kemet was truly an extraordinary civilization. Amenhotep III ruled during a long period of peace and stability, allowing for Kemet to invest in architecture, art, medicine, and cosmology, rather than being forced into constant warfare. Medical research suggests Amenhotep III lived into middle age, which was rare for his era. Today, with the colossi fully accessible once more, visitors to Luxor encounter not just ancient stone, but a living narrative of endurance, science, and vision. The colossi stand as proof that ancient Kemet built for eternity. You've been with Dr. Perry Kyles. This is Black and Gold. Subscribe to the channel and be sure to put blackandgold.us on your radar. We're doing some work on blackandgold.us, but that site will be functioning as planned very soon. And from there, we will meet there on that platform instead of this platform.